Hello and welcome to another video. In this video I want to talk about 5 ways that women gaslight men. Women gaslight men all the fucking time, and they will pretend that they're not even doing it. They will turn it around and they will make it look like you, the man, is gaslighting her instead. Now generally women who gaslight men have high levels of narcissism. They're more likely to be psychopaths as well. So we're going to get into this in more detail and look at the 5 ways that women gaslight men. The first way that women gaslight men is they lie even when you catch them out. Even when you discover they're lying, they will still lie until they're blue in the face. A great example of this was a guy I spoke to the other day. His girlfriend wakes up, she goes to get a shower, and she leaves her phone on the bedside table. Then he notices a couple of messages pop up on her phone. All these messages are from a guy she's been talking to after promising him that she wasn't talking to other people. When he confronted her about it, she lied, she denied it, even though he saw the messages. And that's a classic case of gaslighting. The second way that women gaslight men is they play on your insecurities. For example, if you're a man, you're going bald, you're worried about your height, you're not physically strong, you're too skinny, or you're overweight, women will notice these issues, especially if you're insecure about them, and they will probe them and they will try to expose them. Now, this is what women do when they try to test you, but women who gaslight, they really rip apart your insecurities, they tear down your self-esteem, and they will really go after you. And if you try to stand up for yourself, she will tear you down and tell you that you have no sense of humor, you're too serious, you're too weak, you're too fragile, you're too delicate, get over it. That is another way that women gaslight. They tear your self-esteem to pieces, and then they blame you for being too weak to handle it. You're not man enough, right? So this is something to watch out for, right? There's testing, but then there's gaslighting. The third way that women gaslight men is that they tell you one thing and they will do something else, right? So their words and their actions aren't in alignment. In fact, they're never in alignment. They might tell you that they really like you, they think you're amazing, but they won't even meet you for coffee. They might tell you that they'd love to meet you and see you at 7 p.m. and then they never message you and they have no interest in meeting up. This is a classic case of a woman's words and actions not being in alignment, and that is how they gaslight you. That's the third way that women gaslight. There's a very effective way of communicating with people, and women who gaslight men, they don't communicate. They like to manipulate men, they like to get a reaction out of them, they like to see how the man's going to react. I've seen women toy with men and just treat them like these little marionettes, where they're dangling men on their fingers. Bring me ice cream to my work. Bring me food. A lot of guys will do that. They will jump. I remember when I was younger at university, outside the dorm rooms one day, a guy drove up with a bag of food for his girlfriend. She didn't want him to come inside. Instead, she put a coat hanger on a piece of string, lowered it out of the window. He had to hook the food onto the coat hanger. She pulled it up and then she closed the window and told him to leave, right? That would be a classic case of gaslighting. The fourth way that women gaslight men is they poison all your relationships. They come into your life and they start poisoning your relationships with your family, with your friends. They might tell you things like, I don't think your parents really care about you. I don't think this is a really good friend. I don't think your friend really cares about you. I don't think your brother loves you. I don't think your sister loves you. All of these little things which will start to poison and infect your relationships and turn you against your family and your friends. That's a classic sign. If somebody tries to turn you against people you care about, the important people in your life, it's most likely true that they're gaslighting you, and you should cut these people out of your life immediately. They are trouble. Just get rid of them. It's not worth it. Now, the fifth way that women gaslight men is they will blame you for your sins. In psychotherapy, this would be called projection. They might call you a liar. They might call you a cheater. They might call you a bad person, when all they're really doing is projecting onto you what they're doing themselves, right? So if a woman is gaslighting you, she might be lying to you, she might be cheating on you, but she will blame you for doing exactly the thing that she is doing. So women who gaslight, they will blame you for their sins, and they will twist it and try to turn the tables on you so that they look like the good person and you're the bad person, and then they have complete control over you. So what do you do if you find yourself in a situation where a woman is trying to gaslight you? How do you deal with it? Look, if a woman's trying to gaslight you, it means she's more likely to be narcissistic or have psychopathic qualities, which means she wants control, which means she wants to have control over you, and she wants to have power over you. You have to take the control back. You have to take away her power. If you don't bend to her will, you stay in your frame, and you're willing to cut her out of your life or completely disagree with her and stand your ground, she will not have control over you and she will feel powerless. This is the only way to get power and control in the situation. Now, if you want to know how to deal with toxic people in your life, I highly recommend you get a copy of my new book, Master, Creator, Destroyer, Slave. You can pick up your copy today by clicking on the link below. And if you need help with a Skype, phone, or email consultation, you can book a consultation with me on my website, develofattraction.com.